she left a letter. She left a letter um, stating that she was being bullied at school by some kids. I don't want to know what her mother is feeling because drowning is a terrible death. If it was done by students, then those kids are not going to end up in prison, and that's why I feel sad, because how come we have a judicial system that a 12 and 13-year-old kid, he knows exactly what he's doing. Welcome to another episode of the Dominican News. Today, I want to talk to you about something that happened in the Dominican Republic like 20 days ago. There's this girl, her name is Estefora. She's from Haiti, and she belongs to a family that is wealthy. It's a wealthy family, and she used to study at a very prestigious school, in high school in the Dominican Republic. The name of the school is Da Vinci, like the inventor. It looks like she went to an activity, some kind of a trip with the school, and all of a sudden then the school calls her mother and says, hey, your daughter is dead. Just like that, your daughter is dead. Now they're facing the Dominican authorities and the justice system. Now this is what happened. There was 87 people on that trip, and I don't know how many children, but the majority were children. I mean, the only adults were the people that work for the school, some teachers and the principal and the administration department, but most of them were kids. Estefora was the best student in her class. She was very intelligent, like a very smart girl, and all of a sudden she drowns. That's what the school said, that she drowned, and that's something very, very sad. So this is what happened. The mother obviously was looking for answers, but the school was not cooperating. They were not. They just said that she drowned. Now, then the Dominican authorities, they took control of the case, and the investigation leads that it was, first, irresponsibility from the school, and number two, apparently there is another student involved. So it looks like, because I don't have yet, the authority, they have not yet told everybody what's the final investigation is, but what we call the preliminary result is that she was drowned by one or two students. I'm not sure if it was accidentally or maybe on purpose. I'm not sure, but unfortunately she died. So right now, all of the authorities involved in children protection in the Dominican Republic, they have taken this case personal, because the school, they have to show cameras or whatever they have. The authorities, they already have all of the investigation, and maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, the country is going to have answers of what really happened. But everybody says that she was drowned by two diabolic students. Unfortunately, in the Dominican Republic, if they are 12 or 13 years old, they're not going to go to prison, because our laws are very weak when it comes to minors. Unfortunately, nobody's going to go to prison except people from the school, and probably this is going to be considered like unintentional homicide from the school. If it was done by students, then those kids are not going to end up in prison, and that's why I feel sad, because how come we have a judicial system that a 12 and 13-year-old kid, he knows exactly what he's doing. I was not there to tell you if it was done on purpose, or if it was done, they were playing. I don't know. But if you're playing with a girl or kid, you see that person is drowning, you know that what you're doing is wrong. So unfortunately, this girl, she's not with us anymore. When those cases happen, I just want to grab a bazooka and just blow just yeah. I mean, like I would like to put like all the people responsible for that, put them in the building. Yeah, when that kind of things happen, when a child is involved, that affects me directly because especially when you're talking about a child that is not able to defend himself. In this case, that little girl. I don't want to know what her mother is feeling because drowning is a terrible death, and I think nobody deserves that. Yeah, this case has, when it comes to children, the authorities I know will take this very serious, and I don't understand. I think she left a letter. She left a letter um, stating that she was being bullied at school by some kids. She wrote that. I mean, that letter was found after her death. It looks like she had like a diary where she used to write things. And she wrote that she used to talk about peace and things like that. So, and the crazy thing is that where this happened is we're not talking about a public school where poor kids go. I'm talking about rich kids because she was rich. Her parents from Haiti, people with money, and her daughter was in one of the best schools, pretty good one, where you were not expecting something like this is going to happen, especially if they go to a trip to have fun, and then all of a sudden, if you're taking kids to a place where there is water, you know that you need to have all these security measures. Like you need to have a lifeguard like sitting there, and you need to have people around that pool just watching over the kids. And I'm sure that somebody saw something. There had to be some other kids there, adults also, that they were watching and they saw what happened. But probably the parents of the children that did that, they're probably also very wealthy, and they will find a way to, or they will try to find a way to hide evidence, or the school is trying to protect the other families also as well, as rich people against rich people. So money is able to do a lot of things, but I hope whoever is responsible for this goes to prison. Even though we're talking about children, and when it comes to children, the Dominican laws are very weak. I wish we have laws like in the United States. If you are 12 or 13 and you commit a crime, you're going to prison just like anybody else. I wish we had that, but we don't. But yeah, that's what happened. So it doesn't make me happy at all. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for supporting the Dominican news. Please subscribe to Food for the Soul and hit the like button. I love you all. See you.